What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Talk on Tap podcast. We're here. You can find daily videos Monday through Friday covering all the major sports leagues, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, you name it, whether it be games, highlights, news, just, tier lists, all that sort of fun stuff. We're here to, do previews. And then today could be our potentially last preview of the three major sports as the NBA wrapped up. We have Game 5 of our NHL playoffs, Edmonton versus the Florida Panthers. Florida, their second time looking to try and close the Edmonton Oilers out back home this time after getting demolished 8-1. And if it follows any sort of pattern from the NBA Finals, which it has, we're expecting a Florida W tonight, and that's what I'm hoping for. I think Florida, they're playing with house money up 3-0. You already took one in Edmonton. You still have home ice control in the series. So I'm not too worried. You just got to get that bad taste out of your mouth, play some hockey, get back to the way you guys play, tough, physical, fast, and just contain those top lines of McDavid. It's harder than it is to say it. But, if you can just slow them down, McDavid, Hyman, Draisaitl, just keep them, pressure Stuart Skinner, get them rattled early. You guys should, I think Florida will close out because you don't obviously want to have to head back to Edmonton for Game 6. But, should be an exciting game tonight. Obviously, Edmonton's still playing with all the desperation, but Florida is probably going to be playing with a lot more because now they're trying to close them out and end this series and finally be champions. They can smell it and looking for their first one ever in franchise history, so that'd be special. It's an exciting time in Florida right now. It's also summertime in Edmonton. I bet the watch party there is going to be crazy outside the stadium. But, I can't wait to watch it. Should be a good one. But with that being said, I've rode the Florida Panthers for a while, at least out of the Eastern Conference. I kind of thought they were the best team in the East. But you know what? No matter what happens, if it means another game of hockey, it means another game of hockey. But you know what? Give me the Florida Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk, and all their hard work to pay off as they finally lift that Stanley Cup. And while it's been a great run for the Oilers, I just don't see how they can, they're obviously not going to put up another 8 goals. But, I just don't see how they can pull off one in Florida right now just because the way Florida's played at home recently and just, the way they've been playing all season. They've been, in my opinion, I thought they were the second best team because I will say I thought Dallas was the best, but Florida is just so tough, physical, and they are the team that can bounce back from an ugly loss, like the one they took in Game 4. But like the Celtics, you just want to play and get that ugly taste of a blowout win when you're up 3-0. You're looking for the sweep, but sweeps are so rare, and you're not going to sweep Connor McDavid and this team. They're here at the Stanley Cup Finals for a reason, but either way, should be a good one no matter what happens. But yeah. I'm ready.
Yep. I mean, we all know I'm pulling for the Oilers, but as we know, this series has directly mirrored the NBA Finals. So if it continues to do the same, this is going to be the last NHL game of the year. And I said it last game. I said, I didn't really know. I was not confident going into Game 4 for the Oilers. And they ended up, blown it open, but I'm still in Florida. Now, here's the thing. If the Oilers can somehow sneak this one out, 4-3, 3-2, like say Skinner has just an unbelievable game, then I'm very confident for them. But I just don't think Florida is going to allow that to happen. I think they're going to go pedal to the metal as hard as they can for 60 minutes. And feed off that home crowd that's been so electric. Even at the watch parties, you were seeing how electric they were. So I think Bobrovsky's probably going to have a bounce-back game. There's no way he lets up, I don't even know how many goals he let up until he got pulled. I didn't really notice, but yeah, I don't think he's going to have close to what he did. He's going to show up for that home crowd. So the only way the Oilers are going to win this is by sneaking out, a 3-2 win, where they score with a minute or two left in the game. I think that's the only way. It will not be a blowout. But on the other hand, I can see Florida, blowing the brakes off of Edmonton. and winning like 5-1 or something. But I'm
Yeah.
very curious to see who gets MVP. I think Bobrovsky will get MVP if they win tonight. I just think
He might.
he's been their most consistent player the entire playoffs, and he's really what they've rode throughout the playoffs. I know they've had so many goal scorers with like Reinhart, Lindell, Kachuk. Like they have so many guys, but
It's just been a different guy every time.
right,
So, like,
exactly.
yeah, you might just go the goaltender
Exactly.
who's been there throughout. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
I mean, it's going to be, exciting to see. I mean, obviously, the stadium's going to be packed in Florida mid-June, going to be like 100 degrees outside. But, this is what it is. It's been such a grind, and similar to basketball, for teams that aspire to get here, it sucks to be here for like the players physically because it has taken a toll on them. I mean, but Florida can tell it just sucks. It's a grind, but that's what it takes to be a champion. You're gonna, you have those pretty teams that are very high-powered offense, but eventually just run into this brick wall because they can't reach that second gear. They face adversity, and you got to grind through some tough, more physical hockey. That it's playoff hockey for a reason. They're not going to let the easy stuff, get called like in the regular season. So, I mean, we'll see what both these teams are made of tonight. Hoping for not like Game 5 of last night. Hopefully, it's a close game and maybe Florida sneaks it by. But it's going to be fun, and we'll obviously be here to recap that tomorrow. But either way, whether it's a Game 6 or Florida wins, we're going to be here, off-season content. We got still draft coming up, free agency, which should be very exciting. And, the expectations for a lot of these teams, looking to come back or maybe surprising teams to make the playoffs. But with that being said, let us know in the comments who you think wins Game 5 tonight. Should be exciting. I'm obviously riding the Panthers. Nick
Oilers
is
need this.
Nick
If
is
you can win
riding the
this, I
Oilers.
bet you could go 7. But
All right.
we also,
So
we
Nick's
also
riding the
saw with
Oilers.
that Ranger series. We all thought it was going 7 with the Ranger series, and then they just came out of the gates in the third period and stole it. So you never know, but it would be a huge momentum shift if they can win it in Florida.
Oh yeah, then you like we were talking with Dallas. If you win 2 in a row, heading back home for Game 6, you're playing with house money at that point. Considering the hole you put yourself in. But with that being said, we'll obviously be here to recap tomorrow, whether it be a Stanley Cup champion or a Game 6 forced and more playoff hockey, which is a W. It's going to be a great time. But with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and we'll catch you next one. Peace.